Today's episode is sponsored by Green Chef. Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced meal, Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit you and your preferences. They've also expanded their menu, so they're going from 24 to 30 recipes weekly, which, by the way, the creamy turkey bolognese, so yummy. You've got the option to mix and match meals from different dietary preferences in the same box without changing your plan. You know, maybe you want to be vegan one day, keto the next. They're not judging. They're just going to send you exactly what you want. Okay, no questions asked. And that's just so beautiful to me. You're craving a certain recipe, perhaps. Now you can add extra portions to your weekly order in just one click. So they'll switch it up for you. They're offering more customization, more than ever before. In addition to swapping protein in any meal that features chicken, beef, or salmon, for USDA certified organic ground beef, USDA certified organic chicken, and wild-caught sockeye salmon, now you can also add chicken or fish to select vegan and vegetarian recipes each week for an additional protein boost. Y'all, I love Green Chef. They are the #1 meal kit for eating well with dinners that work for you, not the other way around. It's so convenient. With the holiday season approaching, choose Green Chef for premium balanced recipes that support your wellness goals and taste good too. Also, I'm all about sustainability, so I love that Green Chef is the only meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offsetting 100% of our carbon footprint, as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. So cute and gorgeous. Like I said, the creamy turkey bolognese, to die for. So right now, girls, if you go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599, you'll get $5.99 per meal on your first box, and your first box also ships for free. Again, girls, go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599 to get $5.99 per meal on your first box and free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Today's episode is sponsored by Dadgrass. Listen, the holidays are here. It's a stressful time for us all. I know there's a lot of hard to please people out there, but Dadgrass has everybody covered, including your favorite little furry friends, right? Okay, so Dadgrass is legal, organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints, tinctures, and gummies are very low in THC and high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects of CBD while keeping your head clear. And now they offer a variety of products that you can toke or dose just the way you like, from their CBD tincture drops to newly launched CBD gummies in flavors like classic blackberry ginger, good time hibiscus lime, and nighttime midnight berry. My favorite, I love a berry. You can chill out without getting stoned, Boots McGee, if you will. Also, Dadgrass didn't forget your favorite furry friends. They just released CBD dog bones, so everyone can just be so relaxed. You know, that sounds so great after 10 plates of deliciousness. Now we just need to settle and relax. So yeah, check them out, Dadgrass. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the US. Whether you're looking for a new buzz or a chill way to enjoy an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. Right now, Dadgrass is offering my listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/unfazed. Again, that's dadgrass.com/unfazed for 20% off your first order. One last time, dadgrass.com/unfazed. Hey, queens. What's good? What's poppin'? My name is Camo, and you're listening to another episode of Unfazed and Unbothered, the podcast where we rant, rave, and ramble about literally any and everything. Girls, I'm sick again. Love that. I used to love this time of year, but we just don't get along anymore post bone marrow transplant. If you're not really familiar with a bone marrow transplant and that process, essentially the chemo and radiation and everything they do to me, your immune system completely starts over. So according to science, I'm literally 7 years old, and children get sick all the time. So that's basically just what be happening to me these days. So I gotta build my immune system back up to be a big, strong woman. Yeah. So just not loving this. My nose is stopped up. I sound horrific. And today's Thanksgiving. So that's so precious to me. So cute and gorgeous. I am not doing a visual on YouTube because, frankly, I look and sound like shit. So what's even the point? You feel me? To paint you a picture, though, I am in a new juicy tracksuit that I got at TJ Maxx. It's sleepwear, but it's still juicy, baby. And I'm feeling very juicy in it. I also don't live, laugh, love this time of year just because of the weight gain that we all go through. I have just been eating everything. I would not be surprised if I've gained back 10 to 15 pounds in the past few weeks, because I've literally only went to the gym twice in the past 2 weeks, which I was going fucking every single day. But it is what it is. A lot has been going on, and I keep getting sick, and I've been moving and adjusting. So we'll get back into it, But yeah, today's Thanksgiving. I hate that this holiday has such a horrific origin. It almost feels shameful to celebrate, but I do love the gathering of folks to stuff their face. That is gorgeous to me. I love just gathering and grazing with my girls, with my fam, eating it up like a hungry hippo. But let's see, life updates. The past week has been just so fun, in my opinion. Not very productive, but just I wake up every day and I immediately start cleaning. I literally can clean my kitchen naked. I'm in my housewife era, if you will, and I'm loving it. You can't tell me nothing. I stay home a hell of a lot more opposed to where I was living before. I would wake up and immediately leave. Now I chill, I relax, I clean up, I make my coffee, I chill. I just live in my solitude. And it's so refreshing, really. Like, all funny business aside, I feel like a brand new bitch. Really, I feel like I'm finally an actual adult. I'm turning 28 in a week. So this was by far the best birthday present to myself possible, because I was about to be 30, potentially living with my grandmother. Which, by the way, if you're listening, Mimi, hey, she be getting her feelings hurt thinking that like my whole I didn't ever want to be at the house was because of her. It wasn't because of her. It was just the trauma and the depression den that was that living space. Like, I think I moved into that house the week that my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. So like the first 6 months of living there, I was literally coming home at like 2 or 3 in the morning, driving all the way to Athens to Norcross, Norcross to Athens, and it just brings back a lot of bad memories. Honestly, the second I open the door, and then we both were depressed ass bitches. So you know how depression dens be getting out there in these streets. It was suffocating. It was suffocating coming home. I was confined to one bedroom. All of my worldly possessions and was cluttered. And now that it's evenly dispersed amongst a 2-bedroom house, I can breathe. I have so much more room for activities. I can do things. And I'm just loving it. I feel on top of the world. I did host a Friendsgiving the other day. My apologies, y'all. I know I sound horrific. And I'm trying my hardest not to fucking snort and hack because that is just not cute. It's not. But I'm struggling. I'm literally struggling right now to breathe. But anyways, I did host a Friendsgiving for the first time. My first hosting of an event, period. And it went beautifully, all things considered. I mean, I still don't have a couch or a kitchen table. And the fact that we all still had such a good time was just great. It was beautiful, it was very peaceful, it was fun. The energy was so light and everyone was just having a great time. And it was such a rewarding moment to invite people over to my place and give them tours, and you know, just like everybody's telling me they're proud of me, and like I don't know, it was just there. It was different than anything I've ever experienced, because like I've always been uncomfortable in my living spaces because I live by the beat of my own drum. I don't have to have a problem with like living with my mother. We had a lot of fun and whatnot, but like I like to be in control. I like to decorate. I like to put my own spin and taste out there, and so living with other people makes that hard to do. And so now it's like this is all me, you know? So yeah, I did find this fucking old ass foldable table. Ugh, it's so ugly. But you know what? She got the job done. She sufficed for my guests to have a place to sit while we ate. But what's crazy is, so I've been looking for a fire pit for my back porch, and I was gonna settle for some cheap little $200, $200 or $300 one from like Best Buy. But while shopping around at the thrift store that I found the folding table at, what do you know? A brand new fucking fire pit. A brand new fire pit. Literally everything was still wrapped. In my opinion, this is an example of manifestation. You know, I have been talking myself out of buying other ones because I'm like, you're going to find a better deal maybe on Facebook Marketplace. And then to find one, the best possible one I could have found, which was gorgeous and functional, whereas the ones I was looking for were just kind of functional. They weren't really cute. Like this literally looks like a piece of pottery in my backyard with these gorgeous lava rocks. Like this was the best possible one I could have found, and I paid literally what I would have paid for some just little functional one that you use on like a camping trip. But like I put that energy out there. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna find a better one. I'm not even gonna stress it. I'm gonna have one in time for my Friendsgiving. And what do you know? 2 hours before my Friendsgiving, I find this fucking fire pit. Are you kidding me? I've literally never seen a fire pit at a thrift store, ever, never. It was an $1,100 fire pit, and they had $250 on it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like, there's got to be a catch. So I go to the register and I'm like, hey, can you ask the manager if they would take $200? They're like, yeah, sure. They went to the back. The manager said, sure. And then the girl at the register so happened to know me, and they like had like a little discount on furniture, but that shit wasn't furniture. But she said, you know what? For you, it's furniture. It's furniture, so I'm gonna give you a 15% discount. So I left paying $180 with tax for this $1,100 brand new, never before used fire pit. And I was a little nervous that it wasn't going to work or that something was missing, but no. I brought that bitch in, and luckily I had some big, strong men at my house to help set it up because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and the shit was heavy as fuck, so I couldn't lift it to find the damn propane hose. But yeah, they helped me. Thank you so much. And we got that shit going. And the fire was beautiful. I can like adjust how high or how strong I want the fire, and it works so beautifully. And it's like it's huge, and it's the perfect color too, because like the flooring and kind of like the theme of everything in my house is like blue, like a blue and a gray mix with black. And like my back porch, the fence is like a blue gray tone, and this fire pit is a beautiful gray. So everything just complements each other so well. And I had like found this nice little patio set at a thrift store this past week. I love a bargain. I love a fucking bargain. I'm a whore for Facebook Marketplace. I've been buying things off that bitch for my house. I also got a 75-inch TV. Black Friday deals, a little pre-Black Friday deal, if you will. I'm very excited to get that bitch mounted up in my living room. I'm supposed to get my couch tomorrow. I found a beautiful fucking black leather couch and love seat that's like the perfect size to fit so snugly in my living room. She had it on there for like $300. I offered her $230. She said, deal. I love a bargain. No rips, no tears, no cracks. It's perfect. It's genuine leather. That bitch had to be at least $2,000. At least $2,000. $200, $230. Period. I'm gonna go on a break, girls. So stay tuned for whatever's to come. This week's episode is sponsored by Green Chef. What is Green Chef? Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more of a balanced meal. Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. Green Chef has recently expanded their menu, going from 24 to 30 weekly recipes, which by the way, I'm obsessed with the creamy turkey bolognese. Thank you, Green Chef. You've got the option to mix and match meals from different dietary preferences in the same box without changing your plan. You know, maybe you want to be vegan one day, keto the next. They're not judging. They're just going to send you exactly what you want. Okay, no questions asked. And that's just so beautiful to me. You're craving a certain recipe, perhaps. Now you can add extra portions to your weekly order in just one click. So they'll switch it up for you. They're offering more customization more than ever before. In addition to swapping protein in any meal that features chicken, beef, or salmon for USDA certified organic ground beef, USDA certified organic chicken, and wild caught sockeye salmon, now you can also add chicken or fish to select vegan and vegetarian recipes each week for an additional protein boost. Y'all, I love Green Chef. They are the #1 meal kit for eating well with dinners that work for you, not the other way around. It's so convenient. With the holiday season approaching, choose Green Chef for premium balanced recipes that support your wellness goals and taste good too. Also, I'm all about sustainability, so I love that Green Chef is the only meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offsetting 100% of our carbon footprint, as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. So cute and gorgeous. Like I said, the creamy turkey bolognese, to die for. So right now, girls, if you go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599, you'll get $5.99 per meal on your first box, and your first box also ships for free. Again, girls, go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599 to get $5.99 per meal on your first box and free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Today's episode is sponsored by Dadgrass. 'Tis the season to indulge, girls. My favorite thing to do, a little toke session, if you will. But if you don't want to get so high you go to the moon, let Dadgrass help you chill out and enjoy the sleigh ride. Slay. Dadgrass is legal, organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints, tinctures, and gummies are very low in THC and high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects of CBD while keeping your head clear. And now they offer a variety of products that you can toke or dose just the way you like, from their CBD tincture drops to newly launched CBD gummies and flavors like classic blackberry ginger, good time hibiscus lime, and nighttime midnight berry. My favorite, I love a berry. You can chill out without getting stoned, Boots McGee, if you will. Also, Dadgrass didn't forget your favorite furry friends. They just released CBD dog bones, so everyone can just be so relaxed. You know, that sounds so great after 10 plates of deliciousness. Now we just need to settle and relax. So yeah, check them out, Dadgrass. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the US. Whether you're looking for a new buzz or a chill way to enjoy an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. Right now, Dadgrass is offering my listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/unfazed. Again, that's dadgrass.com/unfazed for 20% off your first order. One last time, dadgrass.com/unfazed. All right, girls, I'm back. Did you miss me? So sweet. If you're listening to this episode on your commute to your feast, I hope you've got your stretchy pants on. You're gonna need them. I've got mine on. I am so excited, y'all. So, in like a week or two, my good sister, Miss Tolly, y'all remember her from my abandoned house adventures. She is coming to stay with me for about 2 weeks. She will be rooming here with her sister. So be keeping your little eyes peeled for all the content and shenanigans, sister shenanigans, if you will, approaching. Yeah. Which on that note, I'm going to go into a little Q&A. I'm going to answer some of you girls' questions and a little cop out because I don't know what else to talk about today. So I'm just going to answer your questions. Okay? Thank you. I'm also going to keep this episode short, sweet, and simple because it is a holiday. So like, I need to be getting ready. That's what I need to be doing. So yeah. This question was sent in by Miss Jordana Alana. Would you ever do ghost hunting? And what are some paranormal things you've experienced? I would love to have like a segment or a bit, maybe like a show or some self-produced something, whatever, but a high quality version of me going and exploring abandoned places with maybe my sister, if she wants to join on that endeavor. It would be just so cute. I personally have always loved paranormal and ghostly things. Like my family, we always go to St. Augustine for a vacation. It's in Florida. It's like one of the most haunted cities in the world, allegedly. But we always go on ghost tours when we're out there, and I eat that shit the fuck up. I do. I've just always loved the adrenaline you get from being in such an unsure area, like I don't know, it just keeps me on edge, and it's such a thrill. So I would love to, just have my silly ass commentary, because like I do get scared. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not like completely fearless. Like I go in to these places, and like the fear and the scare of it all is part of the thrill. So I just think it would be so funny, like if I had like a ghost adventures esque type of show, but it was just sillier, because like some of these shows, like they're just so serious, and like I would just be cutting up, like talking to the ghosts and shit, like, hey girl, I mean no harm, please don't haunt me, I just want to know something about you. And yeah, so to answer your question, yes, some paranormal experiences I've had. I've experienced a lot of weird things, but this past week actually, so I have cameras pretty much in every room of my house now, and maybe overkill, sure, but a lot of good deals going on right now. So the more the merrier, they say. But I have one in my kitchen, and my cats at night, it's like they go downstairs one at a time, taking shifts, patrolling the kitchen area, and all they do is scream and cry. They didn't do that at my last address. So I'm like, is there a presence with you? And anyways, the other night, I got a notification that something was spotted on my kitchen camera. I open it, it's my cat, and my cat's like looking intensely out the window, like jumped on the countertop, pulled the blinds back, was like standing on its tippy toes to look out the window at something, and then it like got frightened and jumped off the countertop. And in that moment, you see like a little orb just float, and see, like some people may say, oh, it's just dust. I don't think so, because of the movement. Like dust, I feel like would just kind of like floated away, but just like the movement of this orb, it was just giving very much orb, like ghostly orb. So I think there's a presence potentially here. I mean my townhouse, I think it was built in like the 60s or the 70s, so lots of potential for things to go on in here before I was, here. So yeah. Miss Hannah Banana JK. Wait, so you're not a banana, bitch? How tall are you? Well, damn, bitch. I'm a stallion, okay? I'm 5'11". Yeah, 5'11". I hate it. I do. I wish I was shorter, but nothing I can do, so I'm just gonna own it. I do wish I was shorter though, but nothing I can do about that, bitch. mm, mm, mm. Consistently, you bitch. Would you ever do an episode with Mimi? Absolutely, but I don't know how that would go. Also, they asked, what is your favorite word? I'm gonna say bitch. It's just so universal, because I can use it in an endearing way, like, yes, bitch, slay, or bitch, did you see what so and so posted, or you're a fucking bitch. Like it's just so universal, and it's in pretty much every fucking other sentence I use. So, bitch, that would have to be my favorite word. Miss BL Frank asks, What's your vision for your home decor aesthetic? By the way, I love you so much and I listen every week. Well, thank you. I love you too. I appreciate all of my regular girlies for tuning in, which, if you're tuning in, why don't y'all leave a little review? Also let me know in the reviews, or, in my DMs or whatever, some shows that y'all are loving, some movies potentially, because I have so much more time on my hands and I have been really into watching things now, which is just so new to me. I have not been into watching things since I was like a kid, teenager. So, like, yeah. But anyways, to answer your question, Miss BL Frank, the color palette that I have going on so far is like this pale pink with this gray, blue, and gray as well, black and white. So very cute and gorgeous. All of my furniture is black, and all of my decor is like white and black, gray with this dusty pale pink, and this gray blue. So yeah, that's kind of the theme I'm going for, which I'm loving. So let's see. Manava.s. What is your biggest ick in someone? In general, I don't like feeling like I'm just a stress reliever for people. I have had to accept the fact that there have been people that I liked more than they liked me, but they kept me around because I always offer the best advice and I always know what to say. I always know how to articulate, a point when someone is in need, or so I've been told. And so there have been several friendships and relationships in general where it comes to a point where I can tell that the person doesn't necessarily live, laugh, love me anymore, but they still come around because they value my opinion. And so I end up just being like an emotional support dog or some shit. And that's like the only time they utilize me is when they're going through something tragic or just need someone to rely on. And lo and behold, there I am. I'm like, bitch, you don't even like me. You just need somebody to listen and nobody else does. So maybe that's a toxic trait of mine, is being overly available and listening to people. I just gotta stop listening. Your problems are your problems. You know what? So maybe I'm gonna start icking people. I don't know. I guess that's one of my icks. A lot of people are asking about Mimi, if she still lives with me. No, I moved out on my own. Nobody lives in my house but me. But I do have a second bedroom, so my sister is here with me currently. She's been staying the past 2 or 3 days, which I love that I have the space to host somebody. If a friend comes over and gets too drunk, I got a bed. I got a spare room. You'll be safe. Lexi OK asked, what is your favorite thing / room in your new place? Favorite, I'm gonna say my bedroom. It's my bedroom, I love it. It's just very minimal. The whole house, now that everything is like spread out, is just very minimal. Like, it's not cluttered. I'm sure over the next 15 months that I have here, there will be a lot more stuff to fill these spaces, but I do want to kind of keep it to a minimum. I don't want everything to look so claustrophobic like it once did. But I love my back patio. It's got a privacy fence around it. I've got my fire pit out there, and it's just the perfect place to smoke with my girlies. So I would say probably my porch or my bedroom. But I don't know. My kitchen is so pussy. Other than the fact that my oven exploded the other day. Literally, well, I'm being dramatic, but it blew. It did. I turned it on for the first time to preheat it so I could make food for my Friendsgiving. And what do you know? There was like this big blast of light, and I heard a pop noise, and that bitch never preheated. So I had to completely change my cooking method. The stovetop still worked, thank God, which I'm a little upset that these people have not came and fixed it. I get today is Thanksgiving, so obviously not. But like I hit y'all up 2 days ago. You know, like it is Thanksgiving. I do need my oven. You know, it would be so nice to cook a little turkey gobble gobble. But I can't. Which, by the way, if anyone is wondering what I made for the Friendsgiving, I made a recipe that I made up myself. Everyone loved it. I think I've talked about it before, but it was this. I am very much somebody who just throws shit together, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I never make it again. But I just be throwing ingredients together that complement each other, and this has been a hit. Several of my friends have asked me to make it for them. My sister-in-law was, when she found out that I made it, she was like, oh my God, I'm so happy you made this. I've been thinking about it ever since the trip we took last year. I made it for everybody. They all loved it. So that made me feel really good. Thank you, Emily. Thank you so much. But yeah, it's like an Alfredo rice. I make the Alfredo sauce myself. I don't be buying no jar shit. I make my own Alfredo sauce. Really, it's just heavy whipping cream, some spices, and some Parmesan cheese. Very easy to make Alfredo sauce, girls. But I make brown rice. I make chicken. I chop it up into little pieces, or shrimp, one of the two. And I put hella seasonings and spices in it, make it very spicy. Mushrooms, tomatoes, spinach. And I think that's it. Yeah. I think some beans would be good as fuck in that, honestly. Like some, I don't know, maybe some like butter beans. Oof, that would be so good. I'm gonna try that next time. I'm gonna add them bitches in there and see if we can, just make it a little better. It's already great, but we can always make something better. All right, this is a juicy one. Miss Virginia Grace Livingston, how did you cope with being isolated while sick in the hospital when you were younger? So, for those of you who don't know, brief rundown, I had a 1 in a million blood disease, paroxysmal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, and I fought it for 3.5 years, getting an infusion weekly that just eventually stopped working. And ultimately, I was pretty much on my deathbed if I didn't go through with a bone marrow transplant. So I went to North Carolina, Duke Hospital, and I got a bone marrow transplant. I was isolated for a long period of time. When you get a bone marrow transplant, you have no immune system, so even a common cold would have taken me out. So I literally didn't ever see anybody except my nurses, the doctors, and my stepmom was there with me the whole time. My dad was going back and forth from Georgia working and whatnot, and I occasionally had like family would come visit, but when they would visit, like, they had to wear masks and gloves and booties over their shoes. They couldn't even have a sniffle. Like, so I didn't really get much interaction. But in that time, I just tried to think like, okay, this process is going to take up to a year and a half, and it's going to suck. Sure, whatever. I'm going to be by myself, but I'm going to learn so much about myself in this solitude. I'm going to come out on the other side a much better, wiser, stronger individual. And That's exactly what I did. I did not let my circumstance dictate my headspace or my mentalities. Like, I didn't allow the shitty situation control me and keep me down, because your mindset is so powerful, and a lot of it controls how we heal and how we function, I would say. um Going back to manifestation, when I was out there, true story, true fucking story, y'all. These were some of the first instances where I was like, wow, manifestation is real. It's a real thing. And you really can speak something into existence. You can really, you really have the more power than you give yourself credit for. But I was in the hospital. I was in a very crucial state where, like, right after I got the chemo and the radiation and these other drugs that they put in me and whatnot, they put the new cells in me, and there was like a graft period where all of this growth and all these numbers had to be a certain way, and this had to happen, that had to happen, whatever. So I one night prayed, and I was like, God, let me wake up with all of my numbers up. Right. So the next morning, the nurse came in there with the doctor, and they were a little concerned. They were like, all of your numbers are elevated, which is great in some instances. Like, wow, this is really working in this way, but like, this is not supposed to be this high. This is really bad. And conveniently, that same day, my stepmother's pastor came from Georgia and came to visit me. I'm by no means a religious person. I do believe in God, but God does not have a shape or a face for me. So anyways, but still, I'll listen to anybody's practices, and, there's still, you can still learn something or take something from it regardless of what your practice or beliefs are. But anyways, he was telling me, you have to be so specific with your prayers, which is the same thing in manifestation. Like, you have to be so specific. Like, you can't just say, I want a new car, because bitch, you might get a new car, but it might be a fucking 1982 Oldsmobile, new to you, but it wasn't the car of your dreams. So anyways, I listened to everything he was telling me, and that night I prayed that whatever numbers at the time, I couldn't really tell you, I don't really remember, but whatever those numbers that needed to go down, I was like, this number, this, go down, this continue to go up, this happened, beep, beep, bop, bop, boop, boop, boop. The next day, them bitches came in there. What is going on? We have never seen anything like this. Your numbers are perfect. Perfect. So crazy. It was like night and day, the difference from yesterday to today. We've never seen this. I also was, I got chemo and radiation, so I expected my hair to fall out. But I told myself, my eyebrows are not coming out. And guess what? Every hair on my body, gone. I was a naked mole rat. But my eyebrows were very much eyebrows. Very much. And also, what else was it? I had told them that I was going to be the fastest patient in and out of the hospital. And for my age group, I was. I literally was. I had the fastest success rate. So to answer your question, how do you stay positive? You really have no other choice, because your mindset is so detrimental to your healing, your growth, and development. So set yourself up for success. Tell yourself, regardless of these circumstances, this is temporary. This is not forever. I knew that either one of two realities was in store for me. Either I was going to peacefully pass and meet my maker and be out of all this chaos and this horrific fucking world we live in, or I was going to be a success story, and I was going to be the greatest, the GOAT, if you will. Now, still working on that. But I was a success, and everything happened in my favor. I was also told that I was going to get all these sores in my throat from all the things they were doing, that there was going to be these sores that just opened up. I said, no, ma'am. I rebuke. I didn't get one single fucking sore. They were blown the fuck away. Everything I was saying was coming to be. It really was. So yeah, I was just very grateful to be alive nonetheless. I had all my limbs. I could breathe. And that's how I kept my head in the game. Let's see. I'm gonna answer one or two more. Jaden Larsh 04 asked, who is your dream guest for the podcast? I would say my sister, Tali, because we just have such a unique way of communicating. Like, we just understand each other wholeheartedly in a way that nobody else has ever understood us. And we just have that connection. And that's why, with all the fucking ups and downs we've had throughout our friendship, we both have always known at the end of the day, we are soul sisters. There will, no matter what tension or what situation has arose, the distance, the time we spent away from each other, we knew deep down we would always be sisters, you know. And every time we came back together, we emphasized that we are sisters, okay? And I just love how easy it is for us to just bullshit. Oh, okay. Brittany 77, is this your first time living completely alone? It is. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Anonymous, please. Okay, they didn't want to be disclosed. Would you ever consider starting an OF? You know, I'm not completely opposed because I'm comfortable with my body now, and these bitches are making a bag. But then I think about my career and my future, and I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather keep those intimate moments to myself, because people will use this shit against me for the rest of my life, potentially. Let's see. Why does everyone still seem to think me and Tasia have problems, beefs? We don't. We talk every day. I'm tired of addressing that. We've been friends longer than we've ever recorded videos together. So, you know, people don't have to post videos together to be friends. A lot of these are about Mimi, Tasia. Miss Lantarella, what is it like to be a real? You know, it's very real. You know? You know what I mean, bitch. Very real. It's just so real. Realistic and real. On that note, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go get ready. Stay safe out there. Happy holidays. Safe travels. And don't forget your stretchy pants.